starting with the most Easter-themed ones. Are they out here or are they in there? Yeah, a bad bladder. You pick it up from Scarlet, the Serpent Lieutenant. Corporal Newson, we have ourselves a situation. Our scouts out at Etat's Spire have sent word that the Ixali are attacking their position. They report that they have already weathered a sudden strafing run by one of the Birdmen's blasted war balloons, and casualties were high. Have you ever seen these Beastmen dirigibles? The Ixali stock them with explosive munitions and rain hell on their targets below. I've got a white mage standing and staring at me. I've got more people standing and staring. Oh no! Even should they float within bow range, the balloon skins are thick and difficult to penetrate, though it can be done. Thus, the spires we constructed throughout the Twelveswood are Gridanian's first line of defence against assault from the air. It is frustrating indeed. Then, that recent conflicts have left them undermanned. I need you to head to the North Shroud immediately and lend your strength to the garrison at Etat Spire. I am certain Captain Gwithrit? Sure, we'll go with Gwithrit. Will appreciate the help. I have so many quests from this individual. But it's fine, because we're focusing on one thing first. While we could be going and doing extreme bosses. That was another thing I wanted to do. Okay, I'll do the Ixali. I'll unlock them and do their quests. Because they are the gathering. The crafting and gathering. Beast Tribe. Not Beast Tribe. Allied Society. That exists in A Realm Reborn. So that's making a good start on, I guess, leveling Culinarian, which I will use to complete all the allied societies for crafting. Sure. And then I can go and start doing extreme trials, I guess. We can jump into extreme trials and try and gather some horses. Get lovely, colourful horses. That could be good. We have plans, we have ideas, we have lots to do. Lieutenant Scarlet sent you, you say? Praise Nofika. Though I believe the worst of the danger has passed, what few soldiers I command are both wounded and weary. It was a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. A private's arrow managed to punch a hole clear through the balloon's air bladders, forcing the Ixali vessel to flounder down into the trees. You could hear the squawking from here. I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought that the war balloon slipping past and drifting. That the war balloon. Oh, it's not that. I'll just start that chunk again. I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought of that war balloon slipping past and drifting over the city walls. Thank the gods. And a certain private. Such a fate did not come to pass. Nevertheless, we are in no shape to repel the Ixali should they prove able to press the attack. Pray head north into Peaceguard and see what has become of the downed craft. We get to wander off into the forest with the rain. Pitter-pattering off our umbrella. That's me attempting to mimic rain noises. I don't think I can do it properly. I can't do it justice. I can't put as many layers on it. That sure is a war balloon. With all their stuff smashed at the bottom. That's a war balloon. I went and I had a look, and it sure is a war balloon. That's all I can tell. Yeah, I got stuck on a route. Did you find the downed balloon? Was the vessel yet sound? I've got chunks of it that I brought back for you. I'm not sure if this came from the birdmen's craft or is part of another contraption entirely. There can, however, be no doubt that it is of the Ixali design. War balloons, such as the one you saw, were invented by the Ixal to assert their dominance over the skies. These vessels allow them to avoid the ground-based patrols and infiltrate the Twelveswood with impunity. And the beastmen use them not only for acts of war, but also to haul away the trees felled by their ever-expanding logging operations. It was to combat this unwelcome and destructive presence that we built guard towers throughout the forest, though I imagine the Ixal were quite displeased to find their borders thus reinforced. In fact, the primary purpose of this day's attack may well have been the destruction of Etat's spire itself. I am torn, Corporal. We must not weaken our defences here, but I would be certain our enemy does not lurk nearby, awaiting an opportunity for sabotage. I would ask you to once more visit the crash site and search the surrounding area for signs of our foes. I pray that my concerns are naught more than the anxious workings of a tired mind. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Oh no, I accidentally put my umbrella away and got in bed. Now my bed is soaking wet from all the rain. Oh, an Ixali storage pot and loads of other stuff. Do I go full out with the squawks again, like I did with my Black Mage quests? Probably not. That probably will ruin my throat. Bird noises. Get away from there, no feathers. Ours to dismantle. War balloon is. Touch what is ours. You might not. Rights of salvage, yes, rights of salvage. I don't know who's talking, so I don't know what voice to give. Enough, so much screeching and cawing when threatening nothing for the... Oh, it's another Ixali, in which case I'm going to keep doing the Ixali voice. Enough, so much screeching and cawing when threatened nothing, featherless one has. Oh, there are more impressive Ixali. Chief Turtlelock. Hold part we sought. No feathers does. Search through wreckage for nothing we did. Weak-bellied fledgling, calm down you will. Speak with featherless ones, says all shall. Could you be artisan? No, clothing all wrong. It is. Garb for honest work. It is not. Raise your weapon not. Ixal we are, but not the same kind that attack your tower. Balloon part you took. Value to you is... Their random way of speaking is all over the place. Balloon part you took. Value to you is little, yes? Have it from you we would. Not by force, no. And not for nothing. We make deal, yes? Inside gate, you come. Show you our work in return, says all shall. But chief, mean to let featherless one inside, you cannot. Spread our secret she will. Ah! Question chief you will not. Cecil's decision it is. Shut screechy beak before plucked and strutting from nearest tree branch you are. Well. Fierce look Featherless One has. Look forward to next meeting, Cecil does. Somehow doing the bird voice has actually helped my throat, and I don't get it. Listen well, No Feathers. If chief's trust you betray, flay skin from worthless bones we shall. No, it definitely hasn't helped my voice, but I'm going to keep doing it. Definitely just going to keep doing weird voices all the time. Walking into their camp to see their other balloon airship that they're making. Brave you are to walk into Ixali, then. No such camp exists. No such camp existed, you did not, eh? Now, have that balloon part and your name, Cecil Wood. And there's your balloon part. Yes, yes. Squaw. Search long for this we have. Thank you, Tegan Mooson. Know you what this is, It is a special stone used for making instrument to read speed of wind, only found in Zelfatol? Very rare. Even clever Cecil cannot build such instruments without it. Ah, seem confused you do. You wonder why Cecil not go to Zelfatol to fetch stone himself, yes? Tell you why, Cecil will. We are not like Ixali of Natalan and other places. No fighting with forest people. Outcast we are. Call ourselves a cattle 9. Impressive, yes? Had a nicer sound than a cattle 20 or so. A cattle 9 does sound much better than a kettle 20 or so. But one purpose we have, to fly free like wind. For war with forest people, or pleasing greedy goddess, we care not. Fixed on the heavens our eyes are. And then I've unlocked them, so now I can jump onto a crafter-gatherer and pick up their quests, which, because they are one of the Aram Reborn ones, they start at level 1, which is good, because they are quite good daily quests that you can use to level up your classes. A strange face you make, Tegan. Burning with questions you are, yes? What is a cattle 9 exactly? Make myself clear, I did not, eh? Only natural your suspicions is. Many Ixali would simply kill Featherless One and leave corpse for vultures. But think like Birdbrain Natalan zealots. Clever Cecil and his crew do not. Endlessly wasteful, this war with forest people is. Waste of time, waste of resources. A cattle 9 is group of thinkers, of crafters. This place, a cattle, is place for building dreams. To fly higher than any other is a cattle 9's dream. But before we can fly, make wings we must. Good at making things you are, yes? No culinarian when see one. Cecil does. Way of moving, way of looking. Quack, quack, quack. Clothing had Cecil confused at first, though. Creating much better than destroying, yes? I was dressed as a white mage. I was also wearing a fluffy coat, how could you tell? Creating much better than destroying, yes? Both Ixali and Featherless Ones agree on that, they can. Have to create something for a cattle 9 Cecil would. Build many things we can, but not everything is possible in remote camp like this. You know of a place called Full Gourd Float, yes? Fine crafting facility they have. Perfect for making airship hull interior components. Potent adhesive agent is component Cecil needs. Strengthen hull integrity and keep vessel from falling apart it will. Placed order for raw materials with Quirquin Merchant in Full God Float. Cecil has. Tegan need only speak to Junkmonger. Spend own coin, you need not. Ah! A surprise for you, Cecil has. Protect and support hands when crafting tricky airship components these gloves will. Ever clever culinarian needs help from time to time, eh? Come back soon, featherless one. Hooray! I got the Icatl-9 gloves. They are cool looking gloves with the big yellow wristbands, the feathered elbows, and the pointy black nails. And I need to remove that random spam bot from the chat. That's no good. Yeah, it's a good thing we got the umbrella when we did. Just been raining non-stop since. Now here's the difficult part. I am only level 32, so these enemies are going to try and kill me if I run through here. So I've got to be quick and actually run. Or use the flying bed, I could do that too. But running is fine for the moment. Oh god, I don't remember what Quirkwin sounded like. I don't remember what I made Quirkwin up to sound like. That's what I should be more specific about. Master Merchant welcome customer. Birdmen Chief tell Master Merchant of chief makings. You take things for making, and go to place for making things. You find making place outside of inn, not shore, not inside. Outside of inn, not inside. Master Merchant thinks you have no time for thinking. Birdman Chief seems ready to burst at seams. Hildegard will give you helpful help. Thank you, Quirkwin. Helpful help from Hildegard. Whee! Not inside, round this side. The bobbing cork. Hello there, adventurer. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said, hello there. What's this? You wish to make use of our workshop? Well then, seeing as you're a first-timer, allow me to give you a brief explanation of what we seek to accomplish here. As I'm sure you are aware, Eorzea is populated with a plethora of artisans who create a range of wonderful wares. This workspace was created with just such as a diversity of craftswomen in mind. No matter your profession, our facility is designed to allow simply anyone to bring in their materials and produce goods that demand an exquisite degree of precision and polish. Our small operation here at the Bobbing Cork is only temporary until we secure a more permanent residence. But I assure you that everything is fully functional. Now, what exciting project has brought you to me this fine day? I'm making an airship with a frying pan? What have we here? Ah, such a strange coincidence that you should happen to arrive bearing this very same rare materials that... Hildegard, have you any word of my delivery? Oh. I shouldn't give him that voice. If he's a little guy. Hmm? And who might this lady be? And why does she hold the component materials that I ordered? This is outrageous. You cannot simply swoop in and snatch up the wares I reserved a moon in advance. Please, Master Tataru. Tataramu? Tataramu? You misunderstand. This adventurer brought along these materials herself. Just brought them along, did she? Poppycock. What would a gill-grabbing mercenary need with airship hull component materials? Only a master engineer with the highest level of skill would be capable of utilizing the potential of such specialized items, and I highly doubt that anyone besides myself would have a use for them. I shall be gracious, however, and allow that you are some manner of artisan. Pray tell, exactly what do you intend to craft with those materials? I am, of course, ignoring the fact that your efforts will invariably result in a botched job and wasted resources. Master Tataramu, this is hardly gentlemanly conduct. Shall I offer to view the finished product, then? Go ahead, madam. Craft your wares, and I shall appraise the quality of your work, free of charge. Master Tataramu, I shall become cross with you if you continue with that tone. Here are your materials, miss. I'm sure whatever you create will be absolutely splendid. And then just a little instruction on how to do the special crafting for the Cattle 9. There we go. While we're crafting, we'll go sit under the society. So yeah, how you do it is you go across to the next tab, the special recipes tab, and you go down to society's quests, and there is the Ixali quests in your crafting log. And it starts up at the top, but normally makes its way down in a rough grouping. So every green component is the next main quest component, and the ones between that and the next green one are the optional daily quests that you'll get between level ups. Let's start cooking up whole interior components. Get it? Cooking up? Because I'm cooking. I'm a culinarian making an airship. I am quite literally cooking components. Craft away, madam. I'll be waiting to appraise the results of your expertise. All done, are we? Now let's have a look at that travesty you've made out of... Gods be good. I can scarce believe it. The craftsmanship is exemplary. And you say this component is to be used for the construction of an airship? I cannot even imagine what type of hull you mean to build. Tell me, adventurer, who commissioned this work for you? I must know. I prefer not to say. A curious reluctance? What harm can come of revealing a client who builds airships? Unless... There was an odd rumour making the rounds amongst the engineers at the company. They say a group of Ixali had carved out a secret camp in the Black Shroud, and were conducting trials for some kind of secret weapon. I had thought it idle gossip at the time, but it would appear the tale held merit, after all. Your Ixali master seeks to craft an airborne vessel of war. And I will not allow it. Transforming the wonder of air travel into a means of delivering death is blasphemy of the highest order. But, Master Tataramu... No. What do you mean to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to march right into the secret camp and give those blasted birdmen a good telling off. You'd best stay out of my way. Sure. But you cannot simply... Oh, when it comes to airships, I'm afraid Master Tataramu's passion overpowers his capacity for common sense. I wonder if he even has any idea where he's going. Nope, he's just going to run off into the Black Shroud and maybe die. Who knows? Here, you'd best take your finished component to complete the delivery. Your appraiser appears to have forgotten it in his haste to rush off and chastise the Ixali. Just who is Master Tataramu? I could tell you, but that wouldn't be very exciting now, would it? Perhaps you might ask him yourself. If I can find him again, maybe I will. I also have a sudden realisation that I wasn't wearing my glasses. Let's go with silver. My classic. There we go. Now I can actually see what I'm going to craft. Much better. Well, given that it's raining so much, what better airborne creature than a shark to fly around with? Whoosh! I flew too far. There we go. Returned you have. Able to craft component, you were? Yep. I cooked the interior hull component. High quality for you and everything. Made this you did? Yes. Serves us well, this will. Begin construction on hull we can. Ah! Oh, no, ah! It wasn't a bird squawk, it was a little Lalafell shouting. I finally found you. And I never realised just how big this forest was. Who is small, angry, featherless one? Never mind who I am. 'Tis you who are on trial here. Are you not the Ixali master who seeks to build a death-dealing airship and bring war and destruction to Gridania? Have you no respect for the virtuous field of engineering your uncouth plan will irretrievably sully? Weapons on an airship? Simply monstrous. Mind your tongue, you shall. Making airship with weapons, says all is not. Been telling tall tales, someone has. Do not deny it. I have seen how the Ixali stole our technology to build those horrendous war balloons. Your kind know naught but killing and mayhem. Blather too much, angry one does. See's not enough. Look at design under own feet, you showed. But this schematic contains elements of both dirigible and airship. I've never seen the like. Hybrid vessel, Desul Koalan, it is. Fly very high it shall. Ceiling altitude of 5,000 yards. 5,000 yards? That's impossible. An unattainable fantasy. Why, even Master Garland's Enterprise cannot reach such heights. You speak of visiting the heavens themselves. Yes, the heavens. Rap on God's front door we shall. Knock, knock. Birds want to go knock on... Wait. Do the birds want to ding-dong ditch their god? Is that their entire plan? Ayatlan, floating continent of legends it is. High, high above the clouds. Place where Cecil's ancestors once lived. Yep. Also the fact that all the rain is still going in this cutscene. Return to Ixali's lost paradise we shall. All-consuming goal of Sezu's people it once was. But this dream, shared now by too few it is. Rather worship mad goddess Garuda and squabble with featherless ones, Natalan Ixal would. Waste of life, Cecil says. Help a Cat9 build balloon airship hybrid and reach for distant skies other Ixal should. What an incredible idea. You have such vision, such zeal. Cecil, I have misjudged you. You must let me work with you. I will see that dreams of yours become reality. He changed his tune very quickly. What? Wish to join Cecil's crew, do you? Possess some skill at crafting, do you, yes? Yes, I have studied airship design most extensively, and though my practical experience is admittedly limited, I vow that there are none who match my passion for the craft. Important passion is, but knowledge too. You must have. Work you as hard as others, Cecil will. Be spared for your size, you will not. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. Tataramu at your service. Salute. And what of Tegan? Impressed with work, Cecil is. Enjoy crafting with Cecil's gloves, did you? Like second skin, yes. Protect hands, but allow artisan to make delicate and difficult movements they do. Agree to help a Cuttle 9 build Desul Kulan, and let Tegan keep gloves, Cecil will. What say you, featherless one? Sprout wings and fly with us, yes? Sprout wings I will. Ah! Feathers of the spirit we shall. Hard to imagine to look at us now it is, but an age when Ixali flew on power of their own wings there once was. Sad, then, that wrath of elements we incurred. Banished from forest and stripped of gift of flight we were. With younglings hatched outside the forest, something wrong there was. Stunted their feathers were, but lose desire to soar Ixali never did. In place of lost wings, great balloons Cecil's forefathers made. Such ingenuity. Seek to continue their legacy, a Cuttle 9 does. But forgotten joy of crafting own wings, Natlan Ixali have. Grovel instead to goddess they do. Grovel and beg. Fools. Grant them new wings. Garuda never will. Seek only to increase her might, the goddess does. Always more sacrifices, always more crystals. Nothing more than slaves, Natlan Ixali are, but not a Cuttle 9, no. Soar once again we shall. Within Desul Kulan, our salvation. Our waking dream lies. Work hard and see history written, Tegan shall. Yeah. There we go. Now that I've done that first quest, I've unlocked the Cuttle 9 daily quests, which I will for the most part do off screen, I think, but I will do the first 3. Let's see the progress. Every step you make towards the next grouping, you get to see the progress happening with the event and with the area. Thanks to your efforts, construction of Desul Kulan's hull has begun. Continue assisting the Cuttle 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. So, I'll give a little rundown of how Allied societies work. We unlock the achievement Birds of the Word. Bird is the word 1, which is the Cuttle 9 starting. If you go to your character tab and you head over to reputation, once you've unlocked a Allied society, you will then have this society relations tab, which will have drop downs for every expansion you've unlocked a society in. So for me, currently it is locked to A Realm Reborn because the only Allied society I have at the moment is the Ixali. At the moment, I am on rank 1 with them, which is neutral. And in order to reach rank 2, I need to get 150 reputation. So I'm currently on 0 out of 150. The way you get reputation is by completing quests. So now that I've unlocked this area, you can see there is a repeatable quest with Yazil, Ahurt and the Able. And as I reach higher ranks, some of the other members of the Ixali 9 will have other quests for me. There's also, with the kind of unique to the Ixali, there is this Ixali 9 Municipal, who is a delivery quest. So you've got daily delivery quest, and then you've got a set of 3 daily quests. And you have an allowance. As you can see here, your daily quest, today's remaining allowance is 12. So you have enough allowance to do 4 different allied societies. But obviously, as you unlock higher levels of them, especially with the Ixali, some of the others literally just have one quest giver who will give you 3 quests daily. You do those, you hand those in, and as you unlock them, you progress. But the Ixali, as you reach higher ranks for getting full reputation bar and then going and doing the special quest to get I mentioned before, the green crafting items. So this is a good indicator. So the 3 quests that Yazul has will be making bladder components, bladder lining components, starboard hull components, and larboard hull components, which will be the 4 different items that I will have to make and then hand into Yazul. And then once I've reached 150 reputation, I will get a quest from Sezul, who was the original Ixali quest giver, to make a propulsion engine component that will then rank me up to level 2 and start my reputation hotbar again, in which I will then I will be able to keep building bladder components, bladder lining components, starboard components, and larboard components for Yazul. But I think I will then lock, I think Mathuli is the next one to unlock. Who will want me to craft gyro drive components, rigging components, deck components, and engine casing components, and crafting tool components. And I will be able to do both sets of those before then doing the engine joining component quest for Sezul at reaching the top of rank 2. As you progress through the ranks, you learn, you reach a higher reputation state with them. So currently I'm on neutral. I think rank 2 is like associated, and then you slowly make your way to like friendly, very friendly, allies, and then I think Bloodsworn is after that. I think Bloodsworn's after that, which is like special ones, but I don't think the Ixali have Bloodsworn. And as you unlock your higher ranks, you will have this. As you do the quests, you will unlock Ixali oak knots that you can then use to exchange for things. And you will also get more items in their shop as you reach higher ranks. Can this exchange? No. Yes, so currently, because I have no oak knots, I can't make either of these trades. And also I don't have anything that I can buy off them because I'm only rank 1. But as you unlock higher ranks, they sell more stuff. And all of the beast tribes have a mount. I'm pretty sure they've all got at least 1 minion. And then there's like a bunch of other random things like specific materials or specific like housing items or like maybe pieces of gear that look like the beast tribe stuff. So in this case you have the gloves that your cat will give you, but they give you those as a default, and you can buy that because you need to have them to craft anything for the Ixali. You need to be wearing the gloves, otherwise it doesn't let you do the craft. But yeah, the other part of the Ixali is this reputation delivery hand-in, where I can pick up the delivery quest. Our supplies dwindling they are. A featherless one we seek. A featherless one will to fill our houses of wares. Master Rosal demands swiftness he does. Ever prudent he is. Yeah, and the delivery quest is similar to like the Grand Company deliveries, where you craft like a specific amount of items that they want you to make, and then you hand them in at them. So the Cattle 9 Foreman is the one that you hand the stuff into. And once you've handed in the full set, so this is, you get, for handing in 10 crayfish balls, because obviously I am a culinarian. So the crayfish balls is the thing that I can make as a culinarian, and each different crafter will have different items that they can make. So the crayfish balls is 10 to get 10 quota points and earn 230 experience. The quest needs me to get 30, so as you can see here on the side, I need to get 30 quota points to finish the deliverance quest, which I then hand back into the municipal, Mancipal, not the municipal, and then I get the reward, which for the deliverance quest is 2 ventures, which is pretty good, 600 gil, that's okay, 20,000 experience, which is quite nice, and 70 Ixali relations, which is the reputation that ranks me up through their ranks. And then also I get a moonstone, which is just an item that you can use to craft certain things. But I will also pick up these 3 quests. So I've got Misdirected Woo, Keeping Up Appearances, and Blow Your Winds. And obviously, as you can see here at the top, my remaining allowance has gone down by 1 because I have picked up a quest for a beast tribe already, for a allied society already, which is the deliverance quest. So yeah, that's a rough rundown of how the Ixali specifically work. A few of the other, or all of the other beast tribes in A Realm Reborn, the Amalja, the Sahagin, the Kobolds, and the Sylphs, I can't believe I forgot their name there, are all combat-focused ones. So you have to go in with a character that is a disciple of war or disciple of magic. And you do the quests with those. And their quests are all like, go kill these things, go collect these items, go interact with these things, and fight the enemies that come out. Sort of quests. They're all like typical leave quests, which you can get throughout the game, but yeah, the Ixali ones are just build item. So similar crafting leaves, effectively, but you get a good amount of experience, some ventures, which is very nice to just stockpile ventures for your retainers to gather more items and get them experience as well, and the reputation that then builds towards getting the mounts and minions that the beast tribes have. So yeah, I'll pick up these 3. Squawk! The one who too would be able comes years. Then to Ixali lend a hand, that we might both escape the claws of the hard. Pluck my posterior bare, she shall, if water-resistant paint for the bladder lining we do not provide. Able to craft this component himself, Ixali is. Were it not for a cattle dearth of facilities, squawk! Those of Hurst Mills suffice they shall, but welcome within their walls Ixali is not. With featherless chatterbox, featherless craftswoman should speak. I'll grab the next one. Squawk! Able though I am, cursed with terrible fortune I am too. Lost to Garuda-worshipping buzzards, materials for constructing urgent required starboard hull components are. Precious materials for preparing an essential finish for the hull, lost to our enemies in tree speak. Squawk! Retrieve the materials myself I would, but able lover Ixali is not able fighter. Featherless craftswoman and fighter both you are, and more than capable of recovering materials. From storage pots retrieve the materials, then for crafting. To Treespeak Stables you must go. Open to all featherless and facilities there are. Squahaha! Need for special favours there is not. Yazel's weird. Even for an Ixal, Yazel's a bit weird. Ill tidings, featherless craftsman. Waylaid by featherless ones, our carrier has been. Swahop! Trapped at best, dead at worst, Yazel fears. Of the essence, time has so risky route near Treespeak stables I bade him take. Larboard hull component materials to Ixali he was to bring. For the finish to prepare the plating, materials precious and essential. Nearly depleted our supply is. If yet alive, likely in hiding the carrier is. Know you for friend, he may not. So, with the wind to him you must whisper. Words of power they are, known only to Ixali and their allies. Squawk. So yeah, we've got to get our 30 quota points, which is making 30... Is it making 30 or making 15? Yeah, it's a level 5 recipe. I need to make 10 for 10 quota points, so I need to make 30 crayfish balls. And then do these 3 other things. So I will go and make the crayfish balls first, because I've probably got all the stuff to make them. I just need to go and retrieve it. Because they're probably... that is the wrong way. Heading to town and then just turning off too quickly. Yeah, head this way off to the town to go to the crafting quarter and get to the retainer. So that hopefully, I think I should have the items in my retainer for crafting crayfish balls. It's a level 5 craft. So I need 3 crayfish, 1 rye flour for 10. So I need 9 rye flour and... Sorry, 3 rye flour and 9 crayfish. And a rye flour is 3 rye, so I need 9 rye, 9 crayfish. Not too bad. 9 rye, 9 crayfish. Sorry, my brain is not mathsing very well. Like, I don't maths very well anyway, but... yeah. I also need a bunch of crystals, but I think I've got a bunch of crystals spare, so we should be fine on that front. The other thing that's good is I did just run out of ventures, so hopefully starting these will get me the ventures I need to keep sending my retainers on their little quests. I'm actually going to send you off to go and get those gems again, because I need as many fire gems. Oh, I don't have any yet. Never mind, I have 0 ventures. I can't even send you to collect fire gems. Okay, what have I got? So I need crayfish and rye. Oh. I've got 46 rye. Ronan berry. Oh. Nope, I didn't run out of space, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Do I have any crayfish? That's the real question. No. I have loads of seeds, but no crayfish. Okay, so I guess I will check my other retainer. She's carrying nothing. Fair. Where can I get crayfish? She probably has a venture where I can go and get her to send to go and get crayfish. Oh, I haven't actually fished up crayfish myself, so I can't do that. Oops. Let's have a quick look. Where do I fish up crayfish? I imagine I can just, like, fish some here, probably. I've only done ocean fishing, so I have no idea if... no idea what I'm doing in regards to regular fishing, basically. I'm still using a level 1 fishing rod. Yep. Old level 1 fishing rod. Right, bait. Those are all the ocean fishing ones. Can I just buy crayfish from you? That would make this all a lot easier. No. Darn. Independent Tinkerer, you have crayfish? No, you're the diamonder. Independent Culinarian, do you have crayfish? No. You sell finished foods. Apothecary. Nope. You're the independent arms vendor. You're not going to be useful. Vocate. Battlecraft supplier. Jeweler. Tailor. Not a real shop. Tool supplier. I guess I'm just going to have to buy bait. If they've got it, which I don't think they do. Uh-oh. I don't remember how to buy bait. Never mind, I guess I'll just buy some crayfish from them. How much are 9 crayfish? 140 a piece. Expensive. I guess I could do the 139 a piece, but it's basically the same and I'm just spending more money. I've got loads of money. We're fine. I can use the market board to buy some crayfish. It's not optimal, but I can do it. But then that means I can then craft my rye. Boop. Boop. Always better to make high quality. Yeah, we're just having a lovely little calm, casual cooking session. That will definitely not devolve into me trying to gather horses. It's fine. That's the 9 rye I needed. Crayfish balls. Love the amount of people who have this new outfit that's on the market board. It looks very pretty, especially like I like that pink that they dyed it. It's very nice. So 10 crayfish balls, 10 crayfish balls, 10 crayfish balls. Apparently you can't make crayfish balls in high quality. I guess it's because they're a fishing bait. And so having high quality fishing bait wouldn't make any sense. And then I can hop back to interest items. I can put the rest of the rye flour, the rest of the rye, and the rest of the crayfish with you for when I need them at some point again in the future. And then we run back and start doing the other quests. Whee! Go to the North Shroud exit. Hop on one of our dogs. Ah. This one apparently requires me to kill things. And level 41 enemies as well. Fancy expecting a level like 30 something crafter to kill level 41 enemies. Nope. Sorry, I'm going to do all the hand-ins at the same time. I know that look. You've a mind to use these facilities, don't you? It's hardly the first time, suffice it to say. I find it quite flattering, actually. And who wouldn't? But the facilities I've worked so hard to maintain are in such high demand is high praise indeed. However, the same demand means I cannot allow unrestricted access. I'm sorry to say. Oh, don't look at me like that. Can you imagine the state they would be in if I let every traveller have the run of the place? I'd be no better than a pigsty. But why not? You may use them if you take this lunch to Parliament at Etat Spire. A simple delivery should be no trouble for a strapping adventurer like yourself. Oh, and do remember to bring any empty containers he may have. I reuse them, you see. One must never be wasteful. Good chef. Sorry, let's use one of our mounts with some music. Even if it is really spoilery music. Hi, Parliament. God save me, today's the day, isn't it? She'll be here any moment. Oh no, he wanted her to visit. Is that from Demeter? Thank you. Here, don't forget this. No need for her to come all this way to fetch an empty sack, am I right? He wanted her to visit. Greetings, friend. Our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all. You wish to process those materials, yes? If you would first permit me to conduct an inspection. Yep. My concern was for naught. These materials are both quality and plentiful. In fact, I have calculated the optimum amount required to craft the components you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesizing magic. Pray, let me know if you require any replacements. Well, that's quite good. He actually tells you how the whole thing works. So yeah, if you are crafting something, once you've reached this spot, and you mess up with part of it, you can always go back to the person that you're crafting at and be like, "Help! I messed up," and they'll be like, "Don't worry, I got you. Here's replacements for the things you broke." Except the crystals. You don't get the crystals back, but the components that you break, you can be like, "It's fine. I've got more." Okay, so that was the starboard hull one. Was interacting with the pot, just defeating the Ixali, the level 41 Ixali that came out, which as a level 32 culinarian would have been impossible. And then coming down here and crafting the components. We then have the one here, which is coming over here and shouting with the wind. So I have to go to say and type if the wind. No punctuation. I'm too far away. That's no good. There we go. Squawk! With the wind, featherless nuker is. Relieved and contrite. I am. All nukers look alike to me, they do. As a friend of a cattle, recognise I did not. Deliver the materials in my stead, I would ask, but that alone suffice it will not. Too late the shipment is. Completed components we must now deliver. Squawk. Open to all featherless the facilities of Treespeak Stables are. There, craft 3 larboard hull components. Featherless friend can. Other, of course, we have not. So they then send me back up here to craft the other components. Greetings, friend. Oh, it's the same thing. Our doors are always open. I can send this one out if you need more help with the materials. I will have spares on me. Good. We have to craft 3 of them. All very simple. Choo. 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 And the second one. Now, one thing I will note is I've got to make sure that I hand in the delivery first, because if I don't hand in the delivery first, then I get too many levels up on the other quests. Like if I hand in all of these and I level up too much, then they might ask for a different delivery because I won't be the same level as when I looked at it earlier. And so the 30 crayfish balls that I just crafted will then be useless because they won't want them anymore. But I can at least go around and pick up all of them and get them all ready to hand in by completing the quests. So I then have Demeter over here, who I went and picked up the old set from Polmont. I do so hope Polmont wasn't disappointed that I couldn't deliver his meal in person. I trust you've bought the empty sack. Oh, and as a precaution, I must ask that you present your materials for inspection as well. You would be shocked what some people have tried to make here, believe me. My word, would you look at how spotless it is? Nothing more satisfying than seeing that that your friend didn't leave a single crumb. They both like each other. Oh, it's adorable. Yes, your materials. Though unusual, I don't believe they could be used for evil ends. Here you are. You'll note I did not return them all. There are several times the required materials, it would seem. Whoever entrusted this task to you left a note in the bag. To featherless Nuka, give only required parts. In case of failure, retain spares. What in the world is a Nuka? I really hope it's not naughty. Because I don't know what it means either. I think it's probably not a kind word, if anything, but I don't think it's... I hope it's not a naughty word. There we go. So we've made all the components that we needed. We can just go hand in our deliverance and then the 3 others. Lovely and simple. But yeah, so that was a set of the Ixali dailies. So we come here to the deliverance. Squawk, squawk, fill up the quota. Come down here, hand in 10 crayfish balls. And then another set, and then another set. And I've met my quota, so I can then hand in squawk and get my reputation. So allied societies have reputation, which you can see here. So just for handing that one, I've got 70 reputation, which is very cool. In fact, I'm probably going to end up reaching the next rank already. Feathered, my precious... No. Not that one. Oh, these ones don't give as much. But, getting a level up from it, so it's all good. Sorry, I'm going to skip through his text because he is a bit weird and was talking about his feathered bum. And I'm a bit like, didn't need to know any of that. Not important and very, very strange. Yes, all is. So we're just gonna not read his his talking. Okay, so yeah. On the Ixal, I am now on 130 out of 150 reputation. So I didn't quite reach the next rank, but for the literal first day of opening up the Beast Tribe, not bad. I've also been using these facilities, finishing and processing. So yeah, that was... Oh, that's right, it's storing them all. Void Blue, do I have any other Void Blue? No, I don't. And then this one is Storm Blue. Don't have Storm Blue either. Nice. Many, many different colours, all stockpiled for later. I've also got so much fine sand that I actually don't need, I don't think. Just gained it from desynthing fish, from the ocean fishing. They sell for 1 gil, so that's a lovely 383 gil that I've just got sat there, along with this 4,200 gil from selling these, and 1,200 gil from a moonstone. I could just sell them all. I don't remember what I've got fragrant logs for. Nope, don't remember. But I have them. So sure. Right. So yeah, that was the start of the Ixali Beast Tribe. I guess I might end up streaming like a tiny little stream tomorrow. Because when this ticks over, I'll end up getting to the level 2. Or maybe I'll just record it and then I can upload it. Who knows? But we have options now. What do we think? We can either go on to unlocking more of the beast tribes. Sorry, I keep calling them beast tribes because at this point they are technically beast tribes. They're known as allied societies. We can go on to unlock the other ARR allied societies, or we can go and do extreme trials and unlock all of those and then try and get horses. Either way, we're going to be using one of our combat roles, probably White Mage just because it'll be quicker to do stuff with. But what do people think? What are we thinking? What are we